Today, we're going to be talking about how to create content when you're not feeling inspired. So, the first thing that I like to do is turn the focus away from me and turn it onto the person I'm creating the content for. Because when I'm not feeling inspired, I notice that a lot of the thoughts are about me. I don't know what to say. I don't know what I should talk about. I don't know if this is going to be good enough. But when I start to think about the person that's listening, I then start to get inspired. So I like to ask myself, what do I want to share with this person today? What does this person need to hear? What could help this person? I also like to think about how I feel when I'm consuming content. I have favorite podcasts. And so I get so excited to wake up and listen. And sometimes I even re listen and I go back to old episodes and I'm so excited to listen to that podcast. And then I think about the person that is so excited to hear my podcast, that loves my podcast, that goes back and listens, that gets excited to listen every time there's a new episode. And so that really helps me to connect to the person that I'm creating this for, which helps create me feeling inspired to create the content. The other thing that I really like to do is just make it very simple. What's something I could talk about that maybe I've talked about before, but I could use a different example or could say it in a different way? What's something I'm really passionate about? And how can I talk about that so that it's something that's really easy and natural for me to say? And then the last thing I like to do is know that I always have something to talk about because here's what I know. If someone were to come up to me, they were like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on this?" I would never just be like, "Oh, I I don't know. I don't have nothing good to say." I would just be answering their question. And so I really like to give myself really good questions like, what do I think about commitment? How could I help someone with their time? What's the easiest thing someone could do to get started? And then I can just create content based off of my answer to those questions. And if you want to create more commitment, then make sure you go to createcommitment.com to sign up for the waitlist for my course, How to Create Commitment.